Tiger TV.
Welcome to episode 12 of Tiger TV. My name is Addison Wyman.
And my name is Rachel Bear.
We at Tiger TV want to achieve something actually impactful.
Don't we all?
So we sent out an anonymous questionnaire to the students and teachers of Spencer Middle School to gauge their opinions.
So that we can all work a little harder to solve the world's most impactful problems and the problems of Spencer Middle School.
The questionnaire included questions such as, if you were to create a solution to any problem, what would that problem be?
And how could you solve that problem?
And the problem's rate of severity.
But first, on to birthdays and shoutouts.
Hi, and welcome back to episode 12. Sadly, this is going to be our last episode of season 2 for birthdays and shoutouts. To start off the week, we have Rebecca Booth on Sunday, March 21st, Kyra Davis on Monday, March 22nd, Becca Amends on Tuesday, March 23rd, Parker Engelson and Gabriela Lopez Salgado on Wednesday, March 24th, Ramaya Snow, Jackson Bergstadt, and Owen Nick Ney on Friday, March 26th. Now, here's Brendan JC with some shoutouts.
Thanks, Hannah. First, we have JCB, Dakota L, Isaiah H, Autumn C, Jacob J, Temmie O, and George L for helping out.
Gracie B, Emma W, Isaiah H, Mason M, Maddie M, Josephine K, Cora S, Malachi N, Isabella E, Braxton B, and Jaden M are all getting shouted out for being a good friend.
Next, we have a few shoutouts for some special teachers. First, we have Mr. Schilling for being fun and hilarious. The person that wrote this shoutout has never had as much fun with the teacher. Next is for Mrs. Rice for always having a smile on her face, and she always has a way to cheer people up.
We thank all of the students and teachers for always being helpful and being a good friend.
Stay awesome, Tigers!
Now, here's this week's quote. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain, by Dolly Parton. Now here's Addison and Rachel.
Thanks to the last episode of Birthdays and Shoutouts. I hope everyone got their opportunity to shout out a fellow classmate or teacher.
If only people could give food donations in the shoutout box.
Really? That's not very creative.
What? I needed to make some sort of connection. World hunger was one of the issues submitted.
Well, either way, world hunger is a very prevalent issue in, well, the whole world.
Let's see what's on the lunch menu for this week so there'll be no hungry students at SMS.
It's just another week of lunch. Yay. This week's lunch looks delicious. Sure, delicious. Mortifying Monday and some mini corn dogs, more like mini not fully baked hot dogs, along with some tater tots. Oh, how dare me, I'm so sorry. I meant to say tater gems. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I will never make that mistake again. Anyway, the last thing is some pears. Terrible Tuesday comes with some chicken fried steak. So I guess it's steak fried by chickens? Yep, this school has gone nuts. Anyway, let's ignore that and talk about the side. A roll and another side that I like to call mashed potatoes. And lastly, a sneaky sidekick. What's on Wednesday? Well, let's find out. It's nacho meat and nacho cheese and tortilla chips, also known as nachos, with the side of refried beans and apparently an apple. Coming at you on Thursday, it's a Bosco. Bosco? Well, anyway, it's a Bosco breadstick. Oh, I get it. It's a Bossy Company's breadstick with a side that will make you salute tomato sauce. Next is some celery. Now we couldn't find any good pictures of celery, so we brought in our good friend Archibald asparagus. Lastly are some peaches. Flooding onto your lunch tray on Friday is my arch nemesis, garlic cheese bread. He brought his friend from Romania lettuce. Ugh, diabolical. He also came with mixed fruit. You better watch your back, garlic cheese bread. Well, I hope you enjoyed the lunch this week, and remember to stay hungry. And Mr. Garlic Cheese Bread, if you're watching this, just know this isn't the last of me.
Thanks for those absolutely hilarious puns.
They're so funny, but cancer definitely isn't funny.
Wow, way to put everybody into such a cheery mood.
What? It was the one of the problems we have to solve.
Fine, but how exactly would you solve the problem of cancer?
Distribute a vaccine or something?
I think the world is tied up with the COVID vaccination. I don't think one for cancer is coming anytime soon.
Either way, let's get up to the sports. Let's see what the sports segment is up to.
Hi, I'm Robbie,
And I'm Colby.
and we welcome you to TigerTV Sports.
This is the last episode of the season.
In case you're wondering why, track season has just started, and the TigerTV crew will not be available during that time.
Also, March Madness has just started, so be ready for that.
Anyways, we still have a quote of the week,
You have to expect things before you do them.
said by Michael Jordan.
Thanks for tuning in to Tiger TV Sports for the last time of the year.
Global warming was bound to come up as a result of this survey. Let's be honest, it does and will affect everyone on human Earth.
And we can all offer solutions and put together to reverse the problem.
I mean, we can't really reverse it, but we can prevent the human race from choking on carbon dioxide in the future.
Most of the solution that our students provide, including working together and eliminating misinformation. But let's face it, we all know how to prevent pollution and global warming.
To quote a student, life is not supposed to be easy. Either admit that you were killing our Earth or help to save it. On to Spotlight.
Welcome back to Tiger TV Fine Arts. This is sadly our last episode of Season 2 of Tiger TV. This week we are going to be each recording a piece of music on our instruments that we play. First up is Morgan playing the piano. Next up is Sydney playing the flute. Now we have Sarah playing the French horn. finally, we have Stella playing the piano. Congratulations to all our 7th and 8th graders who had their solo and ensemble competition on the 18th. They got to let other people in a small group and their family hear their solos, and even get feedback from the judge. It was a great opportunity for our band to grow as musicians. And that concludes Season 2 of Tiger TV Fine Arts. We'll definitely miss being on the show. See you next year, Tigers!
Most of us are so busy with our daily lives that we don't think of others and base our opinions only on that fact.
Exactly. That is basically why we decided to write this script.
Wow. I thought we agreed that we'd keep writing our script a secret.
But I simply hate people saying school is terrible.
Sure, we all have our boring days and boring classes and boring teachers, but what about people who don't have the ability to get an education?
I hate the thought about being denied education just because of your race, gender, views, etc.
I mean, could you imagine not being able to read?
You know how to read? I learned something new today. Now, on a lighter note, let's talk about something far more interesting than what we watched. Let's talk about the metric system.
Yes, the whole imperial system stuff is incredibly confusing and not at all intuitive.
Exactly, the metric system is way better.
Foot, yard, or quart versus millimeter, meter, or grams. All in the base 10 system, easy, simple, efficient, better. Or 10 times better, in fact.
On to Tiger Soup. Plus, are we aliens or we only have 10 fingers?
Doesn't make sense.
Welcome back to Tiger Soup. Hey Gracie, did you know that this is our last episode?
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I agree. Do you know what your favorite brand of soup is?
My favorite brand of soup is, of course, Tiger Soup.
Well, yes, but choose one that is actually edible.
Okay, fine. My favorite brand of soup is Campbell's.
Nice. My favorite brand of soup is also Campbell's. You know, sometimes I also like the cheaper brands of soup. They all almost taste the same.
Well, speaking of cheaper or more expensive brands of soup, what are we doing today?
Today we're going to have people from TigerTV taste 3 different brands of soup without knowing which is which.
They're going to choose their favorite, and it could be either the cheaper brand or it could be the more expensive brand. Let's get to it.
All right, so you can go ahead and try your soup.
So awkward.
And then rate it from 1 to 10.
I'd probably give it like a 7 because the chicken was kind of dry.
Oh, okay. Go to your next one.
Ew, now that's all I think about when I look at this. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
All right, so rate it from 1 to 10.
A 5. It's just kind of boring. Just kind of there.
Okay, so now we're going to tell you which one's the most expensive and the least expensive.
Oh, it's most expensive. I can hear
This is great value, least expensive. This is the middle expensive. I don't know what brand it is, but yeah, it's the middle expensive. And then that one's the most expensive.
I would like the most expensive one the best.
Did you know they say chicken soup is good for the soul, but it's also good for stomach troubles? In fact, speaking of your immune system, researchers from the University of Nebraska found that 12 out of 13 brands of chicken soup helped block inflammatory white cells that are responsible for making you sick.
Wow, that's a cool but long fact. Time for our quote. Soup is a lot like a family. Each ingredient enhances the others. Each batch has its own characteristic and it needs time to simmer to reach full flavor. By Marge Kennedy.
So we got one of our answers, and it was just kindness. And we don't really know what to make of it.
Well, in a way, all of these solutions are derived from kindness.
I guess you're right. You have to be kind for any of these solutions to work.
Let's see if Tiger Boys can depict kindness in their questionnaire.
When did the first episode of Tiger TV air?
December 1st.
September 7th.
How many people are on the current Tiger TV team?
32.
27.
How long was the longest episode of Tiger TV?
I'm going to say 23 minutes.
17 minutes.
32.
In conclusion, all of these views should be brought to light because these are the things that Spencer middle schoolers think of on a daily basis.
Imagine how many of these problems would be solved if you just worked together.
Imagine how much less arguments and stress we would have to endure.
That would be the life.
So everyone, be a little kinder and keep thinking of great ideas.
Until next year, to be continued, Tigers.
All right. Welcome to How to Get a Boyfriend with Mallory Sultan.
Oh, it's buttery.
Tiger